Please take a moment to increase the brightness on your device for optimal viewing. Hey guys, welcome back to the Sketchy Friendler. Every day I tell you a story and draw you a picture to go along with it. So today I'm going to tell you about the time that I got trapped on a water slide. So if you guys don't know, I do draw in blue before I start in with graphite, so just bear with me. You still can't see what I'm doing. Please crank up the brightness on your viewing device up all the way. And if you're using a phone and the picture's too small, just turn the phone horizontal so it fills up the entire screen. All right, and with that, let's do this. So I don't know if you guys remember, but water slides, I don't know if they're still unpopular today or not, but back in the early 80s, they were pretty popular and they were kind of new, I think. So when one opened up relatively near where I was when I was a kid, my school, we had several field trips where we went up to one that was kind of near where we were. It was in a place in Northern California called Windsor. And this is probably, I think I was in second grade or so it was early 80s. But I just remember like sort of ambivalent about water slides. Like I loved them, but I was also terrified of them at the same time. At this particular park, I don't think it's there anymore, but they had 4 different slides when I was there. And 2 of them were for the braver kids, where you go down head first. And then 2 of them were for kind of the little timid kids like myself. So you go down feet first. But in order to help kids get down, they had, I think it was like a neoprene kind of pads that you would sit on and hang on to it, and it'd help you slide down. And in my particular case, as I was a real lightweight little kid, whenever I would get on these pads, they would double me up with another kid. So it'd be two kids to a pad. And usually I would go with my friends. So whoever was with me, we would team up and go on one of these slides down together. But on this occasion, I somehow wasn't with any of my friends. So they paired me up with this girl that I went to school with. I knew her. I didn't hang out with her. Her name was Erica. And we went down together. And so they got us both onto this pad, and we sat down, and then they let us fly. And so it was cool. We went down, whoosh, big flying down, going around corners. If you get been on the water slide, it's thrilling, especially if you're a little kid. It's a whole bunch of just inside tubes. You got coming out of tubes, going around corners real fast, and it's usually over fairly quickly, faster than you'd like it to. So that's why you want to get back in line again. And so we were going down, and all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, we were going around corners, screaming, water in the face, just typical water slide. But slowly we started slowing down. We didn't notice it at first, yeah, we started slowing down, and first it was like, whatever. I guess we're just kind of slowing down, but then it really started slowing down, and we started getting to a point where we're just kind of creeping along, and the water didn't seem like it was going as fast. And then before we knew it, that it stopped moving altogether. And we were inside one of these tubes, and no, just kind of water was just kind of trickling by us. So we tried to like push ourselves along. Really, it wasn't. We weren't moving. Just kind of pulling with our hands, sitting on this this pad, and it was getting, it was just kind of calm. It was kind of getting frustrated because, I didn't want to be stuck in this thing. However, we didn't know how far along we were. And we heard up above, suddenly, the next group of kids, I guess they figured we had gone down, we're through it. I guess they have they must check like the time, and I guess they know how fast it takes for the average ride down to the bottom. So we hear them sending another bunch of kids down. At which point, Eric and I turn around because I was in the front, and we start panicking, and we're really starting to try to pull ourselves along, and we're barely moving, and start screaming like help, because we don't want to be there when these other kids show up. Like, what's going to happen? They're going to smash into us. What's going to happen? Are we going to get really hurt, or what's going to happen? So we're just screaming at this point, and we can hear them getting closer and closer, and we're starting to feel like more water coming down, because I guess they were pushing more water down because they were coming up behind us, and we're really frantically just trying to pull ourselves along, and it is just not. We're not making any headway. And they're getting closer. You can feel the water coming, and they're getting louder, and we're screaming louder. It was terrifying. Then all of a sudden, we felt this whoosh. All this water came all over, just over top of us. And then we start moving again. I was like, oh man, I was really relieved, very relieved. And then I just feel like, something's I just want to make sure everything's okay. Something doesn't feel right. And I turn around, and Erica's not behind me anymore. There's this little boy that I don't know, and he is now sitting on the same mat that I'm on. And then we ride the slide down to the end, and it opens up into this pool, and kind of splash down, and everything seems fine for us. We get out, we kind of dust ourselves off, and we both go our separate ways because we didn't know each other. We weren't even from the same school. So I'm very puzzled because I don't know what happened. How did this kid end up behind me? And I just sort of sat there, stood there in the pool where all the slides let out, just waiting, and it just seems like forever. And finally, I mean, it seemed like, I don't know, it seemed like minutes, and like, I don't know. Time passes differently when strange things are going on. May have only been just a few seconds. I don't know, but it seemed like minutes and minutes. And finally, I start hearing like crying, and I see Erica and some other little kid, and they're like coming out of the tube at the end. They're kind of walking and slipping and sliding and falling all over the place and just crying. And so I went over to her, and she was just, I think, really shaken. Thankfully, she was okay. I mean, it could have been really bad. I mean, I don't, that's the thing. Like, the reason I bring this up is it's just one of those times when you're just amazed, like how lucky you were, especially during the 80s growing up. So many potential times could have been really scary. Could have turned out worse. I don't know. I have no idea how these slides work. I do know that water slides can be potentially pretty dangerous. And, you've got, not to knock teenagers, but, teenagers were usually running these things. So I was lucky. I think Eric was probably luckier, but I just think the odds of it seemed like a cartoon. It lent itself very well for me to tell this story because, how do you end up with another kid behind you? Yes, it could have been scary if I like to think about it like an adult, yes, but I think, growing up, it was always kind of an amusing memory to me, because it was very strange. How does another kid end up on the same pad as you? So that's pretty much the story for today. Just so you know, I do draw 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And then on Saturday, I post a poll where you guys will pick which drawing from the week you want me to ink and color up on Sunday, where I do a live, and I catch up with you guys and finish drawing this, whichever picture you want me to draw. And if you want to just take a look at me on what I'm doing, you haven't seen any other videos, I am on Facebook, I'm on YouTube. If you just want to see the final product for each day, the sketches that I'll post up from the previous day, I put onto Instagram, and I'm also on TikTok. So you can catch me on all 4 of those platforms. And that's pretty much it. I will see you next time. Thank you for spending time with me again. And see you tomorrow. All right, guys. Bye.